how to create a lion mentality. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for being here today. There's an incredible energy in this room, and I know it's because each of us in one way or another is searching for a deeper, stronger, unshakable sense of self. Now, I'm not going to sugarcoat it. Life isn't easy. The world throws obstacles in our path. Doubt creeps in. Fear whispers in our ear. And sometimes the weight of that pressure makes you wonder if you're really cut out for the life you dream of. But here's the truth: you are cut out for it. You can rise to the challenge. Inside each of us, there exists a wild, untamed, magnificent force, the lion within. And it is not the roar that defines the lion, it's the relentless courage, the unwavering determination, and the instinct to lead and protect its vision. Today, I'm going to share with you how to awaken that lion, how to create a lion mentality. Not just for moments when you feel strong, but for moments when the world tests you. And believe me, the world will test you. But you, with the right mindset, will rise not just as someone who survives, but as someone who thrives. Claim your territory. You know, one of the most powerful lessons I've ever learned is that life doesn't give you what you wish for, life gives you what you claim. And let me tell you, there comes a point in your journey when you have to stop waiting for permission to live the life you were meant to live. Stop waiting for someone else to validate your dreams. Stop waiting for circumstances to align just right. Because they may never align perfectly, and the people you're waiting on may never hand you that validation you think you need. And that's okay, because the only person who can truly claim your territory is you. So what does it mean to claim your territory? First, it means getting clear about what that territory actually is. What do you want your life to feel like? What vision keeps you up at night and wakes you up in the morning? What dream keeps whispering in your heart, no matter how long you've ignored it? You have to name it, because if you can't define your territory, you can't claim it. Now, once you're clear on what that dream, that vision, that purpose is, you've got to take a step forward, a bold step. And sometimes just taking that first step feels like a leap off a cliff. But let me remind you of something: nobody ever claimed new territory by standing still. Lions don't wait for opportunities to come their way. They move toward what they want. They take it. And you need to be willing to step into that space where doubt lives, where fear lingers, and say, this is mine. This is where I belong. And claiming your territory also means knowing that you deserve it. Oh, and that's the hardest part for so many of us, isn't it? Truly believing in your bones that you are worthy of that dream. We've all had moments where that little voice in our head says, who am I to do this? Who am I to want more? But I'll tell you this, the lion never questions its right to the land it walks on. It doesn't pause to wonder if it's good enough to roam the plains. It just knows. It knows it was born to lead, to protect, to thrive, and so were you. You see, claiming your territory isn't about arrogance, it's about alignment. It's about stepping into the life that was meant for you, the life that was waiting for you to arrive. And when you claim it, when you plant your feet firmly on that ground and say, I am here, I belong here, the universe starts to shift. Doors begin to open. People begin to listen. Opportunities find their way to you because you're no longer hiding. You've declared yourself. And sometimes claiming your territory means reclaiming it. Maybe life has knocked you down. Maybe circumstances made you lose ground. But let me tell you, that doesn't mean the territory is lost forever. It's still yours. You just have to be willing to go back, stand tall, and say, I'm here again. I'm not finished. Now, I know some of you are sitting here holding on to your dreams like precious treasures, locked away, afraid to show them to the world. But a dream unclaimed is a dream that withers. So I ask you today, are you ready to stop holding back? Are you ready to stop playing small? because the world needs your light, your talent, your vision. The world needs you to claim your space. So step into that vision, declare it, own it. And when you do, everything in your life will begin to align with that declaration. Because when you claim your territory, not with hesitation, not with fear, but with the unwavering belief that you are worthy of it, there is nothing that can stop you. And remember this, your territory is yours because you say so. Stay hungry. You know, there's something about hunger, that deep, burning hunger that fuels every dream, every breakthrough, every moment of greatness. And when I say hunger, I'm not talking about the kind of hunger that a meal can satisfy. No, I'm talking about that soul deep hunger for something more. That hunger for growth, for purpose, for meaning. That hunger that refuses to let you settle for anything less than the life you were meant to live. Staying hungry means never allowing yourself to get comfortable with good enough. It means knowing deep down that you were created for something greater than mediocrity. And let me tell you, the moment you lose that hunger, the moment you start settling, the moment you start believing you've arrived, that's the moment you stop growing. That's the moment you shrink yourself, your possibilities, and your potential. And we are not here to shrink. Now, here's the truth. Life will give you plenty of reasons to lose your hunger. Maybe you've worked hard and achieved a goal, and now you feel like you've done enough. Maybe you've been through disappointment after disappointment, and you're tired of trying. Maybe you're surrounded by people who are content with surviving instead of thriving, and they make you question your own desire for more. But let me tell you something, the fire inside of you, that desire to keep going, to keep growing, to keep growing, to keep reaching, that's not something to suppress. That's your calling. That's the universe whispering to you, saying, I'm not done with you yet. You see, lions stay hungry. They don't hunt just because they need to eat. They hunt because the hunger keeps them sharp. It keeps them focused. It keeps them ready. And if a lion doesn't stay hungry, it loses its edge. It loses its ability to survive, to thrive, to lead. You've got to keep that same kind of hunger alive in your spirit. And staying hungry doesn't mean being dissatisfied with life. No, it means being alive to the possibilities that are still out there for you. It means knowing that there's always another level of growth, another opportunity to expand, another moment to rise. It means understanding that you are always becoming. That's the beauty of it. You are not finished. You are a masterpiece in progress. And here's the thing, staying hungry means staying curious. It means looking at life and asking, what more can I learn? What more can I give? How much more can I stretch myself? Because when you stop being curious, when you stop wondering what's next, you start losing the fire. And the world needs your fire. So ask yourself right now, what makes you hungry? What lights you up? What makes your heart race? What makes you feel alive? Maybe it's a dream you've kept hidden. Maybe it's a skill you've always wanted to learn. Maybe it's a difference you want to make in the lives of others. Whatever it is, feed it. Feed it, feed that hunger every day. Because if you don't feed it, life will distract you. Life will try to fill you up with things that don't matter, with comfort, with routine, with fear. And you'll wake up one day wondering where your passion went. Don't let that happen. You have to fight for your hunger. You have to protect it. Surround yourself with people who challenge you, who inspire you, who remind you of what's possible. Read the books. Listen to the voices that uplift you. Put yourself in places where your dreams feel not just possible, but inevitable. And when you feel that hunger start to fade, because it happens to all of us, pause, take a breath. And remember why you started. Remember that spark, that feeling that made you want to chase that dream in the first place. Because that feeling is still there. It might be buried under exhaustion, under doubt, under fear, but it is still there. And when you reconnect with that, why the hunger comes roaring back to life. So I say to you today, don't just survive, don't just get by. Stay hungry. Stay passionate. Stay curious. Because when you stay hungry, life has a way of delivering you the feast you've been waiting for. And, oh, what a feast it will be. Now, let's go out and claim it. Lead with courage. You know, there's a moment in every journey, in every life, where you're going to be called to step forward, to rise up, and to lead. And I don't mean just standing in front of a group of people and telling them what to do. No, I mean leading your life, leading with the kind of courage that makes you walk into a room, into a situation, into an opportunity and say, I am here, I am ready, and I will not be shaken. But leading with courage. Woo, that's not always easy. Because the truth is, courage isn't the absence of fear. It's not the absence of doubt. It's not the absence of those little voices whispering. What if you fail? What if you're not good enough? What if you're not ready? Courage is standing up, facing those fears, those doubts, those whispers, and saying, I'm going to do it anyway. Courage is a decision. It's a choice you make over and over again, even when the world feels uncertain, even when the path ahead is unclear. Courage is saying to yourself, I may not know exactly where this road leads, but I trust myself enough to take the first step. And here's what I know for sure life will test you. Life will put challenges in your way that make you question everything. Moments where you feel like you don't have what it takes to lead, to keep going, to keep believing. But it's in those moments when you feel you're back against the wall, when you're standing in the shadows of uncertainty, that your courage has the power to pull you through. It's in those moments that you discover who you truly are. You see, lions lead with courage because they know who they are. They don't look around for permission to roar. They don't ask the other animals, is it okay if I take up space? Is it okay if I take up space? Is it okay if I show my strength? No, they trust their instincts. They trust their purpose. And I'm telling you right now, you need to trust yours. Trust that voice inside you that says you were born for this. And leading with courage doesn't mean you have to have it all figured out. It doesn't mean you have to be fearless all the time. It means being willing to be seen, truly seeing, even when you feel vulnerable. It means standing in the light of your truth and saying, this is me, this is me, this is what I believe in, this is what I stand for, because leading with courage starts with being authentic, with being real, with being you. And that's the beauty of it. Courage is contagious. One act of courage can ripple out and inspire more than you'll ever know. Sometimes it's a word you say. Sometimes it's a decision you make. Sometimes it's simply the way you show up boldly, fully, without apology. And in that moment, without even realizing it, you're leading others to find their own courage, their own voice, their own power. Now, I know what some of you are thinking. You're saying, but what if I fail? What if I stumble? And here's what I want you to hear. Failure is not the enemy of courage. It's the partner of courage. Because every time you stumble and get back up, you are strengthening that courage muscle. Every time you fall and rise again, you are proving to yourself that your spirit is unbreakable. That you have the strength to endure. That you are not defined by the fall, but by the rise. Leading with courage also means owning your power. And, oh, this is so important. So many of us are afraid to own our power, afraid to step fully into our gifts. We're afraid we'll shine too brightly. We're afraid we'll shine too brightly. We're afraid we'll outgrow the people around us. But I want to tell you something. Your power is not something to hide. Your power is a gift. And the world needs that gift. The world needs you to show up fully, to lead fully, to live fully, to live fully. So today I want to challenge you. I want to challenge you to ask yourself, where in my life am I being called to lead with courage? Where am I playing small when I know I am meant to stand tall? And when you find that answer, I want you to take a deep breath Stand in your truth and say, I will lead, I will rise, I will step into my power no matter what. Because when you lead with courage, when you trust your voice, your strength, your vision, there is nothing in this world that can hold you back. And the world is waiting for you to rise. So don't wait. The time is now. The courage is in you. The leader is you. Embrace the hunt. You know, when we talk about living with a lion mentality, one thing you can't ignore, one thing you can't avoid is the hunt. And let me tell you, the hunt is where it all happens. The hunt is where you become stronger, sharper, wiser. The hunt is where you build the life you were born to live. It's where dreams are chased, where goals are pursued, and where purpose is fulfilled. But here's the thing, the hunt isn't easy. It's not supposed to be easy, because if it were, everyone would be out here living their fullest, boldest, most abundant lives. But that's not the case, is it? The hunt requires persistence, patience, focus, and above all, it requires the willingness to embrace the process, even when it feels like the odds are stacked against you. And what does it mean to embrace the hunt? It means you don't run away from the work. You don't shy away from the challenge. You don't shrink when things get hard, because they will get hard. You don't start the hunt thinking it's going to be smooth, that everything you want is going to come easily, that every opportunity will fall neatly into your lap. No. You go into the hunt expecting obstacles, expecting challenges, expecting setbacks, and you decide right then and there that you're going to face every one of them head on, that you're going to keep going no matter what. Lions don't give up when the prey is just out of reach. They don't stop when they miss the first chance, the second chance, or even the third. They know the hunt is a process. They know that every failed attempt teaches them something. And every misstep sharpens their skills. Every moment of struggle brings them one step closer to the breakthrough. And that's how you have to see your journey. Every time you try and fall short, you're learning. You're growing. You're evolving. And that's the point of the hunt, not just to get what you're after, but to become who you were meant to be along the way. Because here's the truth, the hunt changes you. Oh, it transforms you in ways you can't even imagine. When you decide to embrace the hunt, you're saying to yourself, I am willing to be uncomfortable. I am willing to be stretched. I am willing to be tested, because I know the person I will become on the other side of this hunt is stronger, bolder, and more powerful than I ever thought possible. And I want to talk to the people who are in the middle of the hunt right now. Maybe you've been chasing that dream for years. Maybe you've been working on that business, that relationship, that vision, and it feels like you're not making progress. It feels like the dream is always just a little bit out of reach. I know how that feels. But let me tell you, don't stop now. You are closer than you think. You've come too far to give up now. The finish line may be just around the corner, just beyond that next challenge. And you'll never know unless you keep going. The hunt will test you. It will ask you how badly you want it. It will ask you if you're willing to keep moving, even when you're tired, even when you're scared, even when the path isn't clear. And that's where you have to dig deep. That's where you have to say to yourself, I didn't come this far to quit now. I didn't start this journey to turn back when it gets hard. I started this hunt because I believe in my vision. I believe in my purpose. I believe in me. And let me tell you something else about the hunt. It's not just about the end goal. Yes, the goal is important. But the journey itself, the pursuit, the chase, that's where the magic happens. That's where you learn who you are. That's where you discover your resilience, your grit, your power. That's where you find out what you're really made of. And when you embrace the hunt, when you learn to love the process, to respect the struggle, to find joy even in the grind, you become unstoppable. And don't forget, you are not alone in the hunt. Surround yourself with other hunters, people who are chasing their dreams, people who are committed to growth, people who refuse to settle. Find your pride, those people who will encourage you, challenge you, and remind you of your strength when you start to forget. Because the hunt is not just about individual success, it's about lifting each other up, about hunting together, about building a community where everyone can thrive. So I ask you today, are you ready to embrace the hunt? Are you ready to face the challenges, the obstacles, the unknowns, and say, I am here for this. I am ready for this. I was born for this. Because when you embrace the hunt, when you step fully into the process, when you refuse to give up, there is nothing you can't achieve. There is no dream too big, no goal too distant, no vision too bold. The hunt is calling you. The question is, are you ready to answer? Protect your pride. Let me tell you something I know for sure. No one succeeds alone. No one. You can have all the talent, all the ambition, and all the drive in the world, but if you don't have a community, a pride, a circle of people who see you, believe in you, and stand by you, life will feel like a constant uphill battle. Because we are not meant to walk this journey in isolation. We are meant to lift each other, to support each other, to protect each other. In the wild, a lion's pride is everything. It's family, it's security, it's survival. The pride hunts together. They defend each other. They raise their young together. And when danger comes, they don't run. They stand their ground and protect what's theirs. The pride is sacred. And let me tell you, your pride is sacred too. Your pride is your community. It's the people who know you, not just on the surface, but deep down in your spirit. The people who celebrate your wins, who wipe your tears, who tell you the truth, even when it's hard to hear. And in this life, you've got to be intentional about who you allow into that circle. You've got to choose your pride with care, because the people around you will either lift you higher or hold you back. They'll either feed your courage or fuel your doubt. They'll either remind you of your power or make you question it. Protecting your pride means protecting your energy. You've got to ask yourself, who's in my pride? Are they encouraging me? Are they inspiring me? Are they helping me grow? Because if they're not, you might need to reevaluate. And I know that's hard. I know it's tough to let go of relationships that no longer serve you. But hear me when I say this, you cannot afford to be surrounded by people who drain you, people who diminish you, people who don't see the greatness in you. You deserve more than that. Your purpose deserves more than that. Now, when you find your pride, and I mean truly find them, you've got to protect them. Because those relationships are precious. Those people who show up for you, who cheer for you, who stand by you when the storms roll in, they are rare. They are gifts. And protecting your pride means being willing to show up for them in the same way. It means being a safe space for their dreams, their fears, their vulnerabilities. It means holding them up when they feel like they can't stand on their own. It means saying, I've got you, I'm here for you, and we're going to get through this together. Protecting your pride also means setting boundaries, because let me tell you, everyone doesn't get access to your energy. Everyone doesn't get a seat at your table. And that's not selfish, that's necessary. You have to learn to say no to anything that threatens the well-being of your pride, to anything that undermines the peace, the trust, the love within your circle. Your boundaries are a form of protection. And when you protect your pride, you're not just protecting them, you're protecting yourself. You see, a lioness doesn't let just anybody into her territory. She doesn't let just anybody near her cubs. She guards her pride fiercely because she knows how valuable they are. And you have to do the same. Guard your circle. Guard your dreams. Guard the people who matter most to you. And don't apologize for it. Because when you protect your pride, you are preserving the strength, the love, and the foundation you need to thrive. And listen, sometimes protecting your pride means having the courage to speak up. It means standing up for your people when the world tries to knock them down. It means saying, I will not let you face this alone. Because there is power in knowing that someone has your back. There is power in knowing that no matter what happens, you have a pride that will fight for you, stand by you, and love you through it all. But let me say this, too, protecting your pride isn't just about defending them from the outside. Sometimes it's about protecting them from the things that happen within. It's about addressing misunderstandings, healing wounds, and fostering forgiveness. Because even the strongest prides face conflict. Even the closest families experience tension. But the strength of a pride isn't measured by how perfect they are. It's measured by how committed they are to working through it, to staying connected, to loving each other through the hard stuff. So I ask you today, who is in your pride? Who are the people who lift you, who believe in you, who remind you of your power? And how are you showing up for them? How are you protecting that sacred bond, that connection that helps you rise higher than you ever could alone? Because when you protect your pride, when you nurture those relationships, when you honor them, when you guard them fiercely, you create a foundation so strong, so unshakable, that nothing can break it. And with that kind of foundation, there is nothing you can't achieve. So hold your pride close, love them fiercely, protect them always, because together you are unstoppable. Adapt to survive. Let me tell you something about life. No matter who you are, no matter where you come from, no matter how much talent or strength you possess, you will face change. Change is inevitable. It will come like the wind, sometimes as a breeze you barely feel, and sometimes as a storm that threatens to sweep everything away. But in the face of that change, in the face of life's uncertainties, one thing will determine whether you thrive or falter, whether you rise or fall, your ability to adapt. You see, the lion doesn't survive because it is the fastest animal. It doesn't survive because it is the strongest. The lion survives, the lion thrives because it knows how to adapt. When the prey moves, the lion moves. When the terrain changes, the lion changes its strategy. When the challenge evolves, the lion evolves too. And that's the key. That's the mindset. Because if there's one thing you can be sure of, it's that life will not stay the same. The terrain will shift beneath your feet, the seasons will change, and the plans you've carefully made will sometimes unravel. But when you learn to adapt, when you learn to pivot, to shift, to adjust, nothing can keep you from your purpose. Nothing can block your destiny, because you understand that change is not the enemy. No, change is the teacher. Change is the opportunity. Change is the moment where you discover your resilience, your creativity, your strength. It's where you find out just how powerful you truly are. And let me tell you, this adapting does not mean giving up on your dreams. It does not mean settling for less than you deserve. Adapting means being fluid in your approach while staying solid in your purpose. It means knowing that if one door closes, you'll find another way in. If the path you were on suddenly disappears, you will carve out a new one, because your vision is too important. Your purpose is too powerful to be stopped by a little thing called change. You see, we often think that survival is about being the biggest, the strongest, the smartest. But survival is about being flexible. It's about being open. It's about being willing to look at a situation that didn't go the way you planned and say, all right, let's find another weather. It's about looking at challenges not as barriers, but as invitations to grow, to evolve, to rise. And I know some of you are in a place right now where the change feels overwhelming. Maybe you've lost a job you loved. Maybe a relationship you thought would last forever has ended. Maybe the world around you is shifting so fast you feel like you can't keep up. I want you to hear me when I say this: you are stronger than this moment. You are bigger than this challenge. You have within you the power to adapt, to rise up, and to turn this change into the very thing that takes you to your next level. Because here's the truth: the moments that break you open are the very moments that give you the chance to rebuild yourself stronger. The moments where you're forced to change, to let go of what was, are the moments where you learn just how much courage, just how much grace, and just how much wisdom you carry inside of you. Now, adapting to survive doesn't mean you have to have all the answers right away. No, it means being willing to try, to experiment, to step out into the unknown and trust that you'll figure it out as you go. It means being open to new ideas, new strategies, new ways of thinking. It means saying to yourself, I may not know exactly where this road leads, but I know I'm strong enough to walk it. And I want you to know that adapting is not a weakness. It is a strength. There is power in being flexible. There is power in being able to shift with the winds of change and say, I'm still standing. I'm still here. Because the lion doesn't panic when the environment changes. It doesn't shrink back. The lion adjusts, the lion watches, the lion learns. And then the lion strikes with precision, with intention, with power. And you, my friend, have that same power within you. You have the power to adapt, to adjust, to stay focused on your goals, even when the world around you is swirling with uncertainty. You have the power to rise up and say, I will not be defeated by change. I will be transformed by it. So I ask you today, what changes are you facing? What challenges are calling you to adapt? And how can you shift your mindset to see those changes not as obstacles, but as opportunities? Because when you embrace the power of adaptation, when you meet change with courage, with creativity, with an open heart, you become unstoppable. There is no situation, no storm, no setback that can keep you from your destiny. So don't fear the change. Embrace it. Lean into it. Trust that you have everything you need to survive, to thrive, to rise. Because when you adapt, when you stay flexible, when you refuse to give up, you are not just surviving, you are becoming. You are evolving. You are stepping into the fullness of who you were always meant to be. Own your roar. Let me tell you something I know deep in my soul. Every single one of us was born with a voice, a sound, a roar that is uniquely ours. And that roar, that voice is your power. It's the sound of your truth, the sound of your strength, the sound of your strength, the sound of your purpose declaring itself to the world. And if you want to live with a lion mentality, you have to be willing to own your roar. Because here's the truth, so many of us go through life whispering when we were meant to roar. So many of us hold back, shrink down, keep quiet because we're afraid of what people might say. We're afraid of taking up too much space. Afraid of being too loud, too bold, too powerful. But I'm here to tell you there is no such thing as being too much when you're standing in your truth. There is no such thing as being too loud when you're speaking from your soul. Your roar is the declaration of who you are. It's the sound of your dreams, your vision, your purpose. It's the way you show up in the world and say, I am here. I am worthy. I have something to say. I have something to give. And when you own your roar, you are saying, I refuse to be silenced by fear. I refuse to let doubt or insecurity keep me small. I refuse to let the world tell me who I should be because I know who I am. But here's the thing about owning your roar. It's not just about volume. It's not just about being loud for the sake of being loud. It's about being authentic. It's about speaking from the core of who you are. It's about letting your true self be seen, letting your light shine fully without dimming it to make other people comfortable. Owning your roar means honoring your story, every part of it. The victories, the struggles, the moments that broke you open, and the moments that made you whole again. Because all of it makes up the fullness of who you are. And when you try to hide parts of your story, when you try to silence parts of yourself, you're not just muting your roar, you're muting your power. You're muting the very essence of what makes you you. You see, a lion doesn't roar just to make noise. A lion roars to declare its presence. A lion roars to communicate, to protect, to express its power. And your roar works the same way. Your voice has the power to declare your presence, to share your truth, to inspire change, to uplift others, to claim your territory. But you have to be willing to trust your roar. You have to be willing to trust that what you have to say matters, that your ideas, your dreams, your perspective are worthy. And I know some of you have been taught to doubt your voice. Maybe you've been told you're not smart enough, not experienced enough, not enough, period. Maybe you've been silenced by criticism, by rejection, by the fear of failure. But let me tell you something, those voices that try to silence you are not the truth. The truth is that you are enough. Your voice is needed. Your roar is powerful. And let me say this, owning your roar isn't just about speaking up for yourself. It's also about using your voice to speak up for others. It's about standing in your truth so firmly that you inspire others to stand in theirs. Because when you own your roar, you give other people permission to own theirs. When you show up fully, unapologetically, as your authentic self, you create space for others to do the same. Your courage becomes their courage. Your strength becomes their strength. Your roar becomes a rallying cry that lifts everyone around you. But let's be real, owning your roar takes courage. It takes the willingness to be seen, to be vulnerable, to risk rejection. It takes the strength to say, this is who I am, and I will not apologize for it. It takes the faith to believe in your voice even when the world tries to tell you otherwise. And that's not easy. But it is worth it. Because when you own your roar, you are standing in your power. You are claiming your life, your destiny, your truth. And here's what I want you to hear. Your roar is not always going to sound like everyone else's. And that's a good thing. Some people's roars are bold and booming. Others are quiet but steady, gentle but unshakable. Your roar might be a song, a story, a movement, a vision. It might be the way you nurture, the way you teach, the way you create. Your roar is as unique as you are, and your job is to own it, to trust it, to let it be heard in the way that feels true to you. So ask yourself today, where am I holding back my roar? Where am I staying silent when I know I should speak up? Where am I dimming my light when I know I should shine? And when you find the answer, I want you to take a deep breath. Feel that power rising up in you and let your roar out. Let the world hear you. Let yourself hear you. Because your roar is a gift. Your roar is a blessing. And when you own your roar, you are not just claiming your voice, you are claiming your life. And what a beautiful, powerful, unstoppable life it is meant to be. The lion mentality, your path to greatness. As we've walked through these keynotes, claim your territory, stay hungry, lead with courage, embrace the hunt, protect your pride, adapt to survive, and own your roar, I hope something is sparked within you. I hope you've realized that the lion mentality isn't just about strength. It's about mindset. It's about standing tall in your truth, protecting what matters most, embracing change, and roaring with the power that only you possess. You see, the lion doesn't wait for the world to hand it everything on a silver platter. The lion takes what it deserves because it knows its worth. And so must you. The life you dream of, the life you were destined to live, is not found in waiting. It's found in becoming. It's found in owning your power, your purpose, your passion unapologetically. You were born with the strength to face every challenge, the courage to walk through every storm, and the resilience to rise every single time you fall. The world may try to silence you. The world may try to tell you who you should be. But when you claim your territory, stay hungry, lead with courage, embrace the hunt, protect your pride, adapt to survive, and own your roar, there is nothing. And I mean nothing that can stand in your way. So today, I want you to leave here with this question in your heart. How will I live with a lion mentality? How will I claim my life, claim my dreams, and roar so fiercely that the world can't help but listen? Because when you step into your power, when you embrace the lion inside of you, there is no limit to what you can achieve. Your roar is needed. Your presence is needed. Your greatness is needed. So stand tall, stand proud, and let the world hear the sound of your voice. Because you, my friend, were born to rise. You were born to roar. And with that, the world will never be the same. Thank you.